Now that we know the three steps of copy editing, it is also good to know the aspects of a copy every editor should know. The first aspect of a copy is newsworthiness. How do we know if a story is newsworthy? The following are the criteria of newsworthiness. To answer the question when is timeliness. Is my story timely? Writing about the importance of using sunscreen at the beach during the typhoon season isn't going to fly. The information should be current, recent, and relates to an upcoming event. Take note of your lead times too. If you want to release an article about Christmas, then make sure you do it in advance unless your story is breaking news. To answer the question what are the following: conflict. The story involves controversy, disagreement, or tension. The next one is impact. The news affects a significant number of people who has far-reaching consequences. The next is usefulness. The news provides practical value or actionable information to the audience. And of course, there's human interest. Does my story connect emotionally with readers? Do the information appeal to emotions or curiosity? And then there's novelty. The news is something about something bizarre, something unique, unusual, or unexpected. To answer the question who is prominence. The story involves well-known individuals, organizations, or brands. To answer the question where is proximity. The information is relevant to the local audience or market. And to answer the question why is relevance. The news relates to ongoing trends or current issues in society. And to know how is significance. The information has importance within its industry or field. The next aspect of a copy is law, policy, and ethics. The following are the common legal issues encountered by writers. The first one is copyright infringement. According to Republic Act 8293, or the Intellectual Property Code of the Philippines, a copyright is the legal protection extended to the owner of the rights in an original work. Original work refers to every production in the literary, scientific, and artistic domains. The next one is defamation. It is the act of harming another person's reputation by making false statements. In Philippine law, defamation, which includes slander or spoken defamation, and libel or written defamation, is a criminal offense under Articles 353 to 362 of the Revised Penal Code. And the third one is plagiarism. Plagiarism is often mistaken as copyright infringement. But plagiarism is an ethical concern, while the copyright infringement is a legal concern. Plagiarism occurs when an author steals from another and tries to pass it off as their own original work. Some examples include copying large sections of text from an outside work, rephrasing someone else's ideas, or combining bits and pieces from different texts without giving credit to the original source. How to avoid this? Conduct thorough research. The next aspect of copy is accuracy. To know if your work is accurate, ask yourself the following questions. Has anyone else reported on the story? Do a quick Google search, and if a lot of credible news agencies carry the story, chances are it is legit. The second question is, does the story have spelling and punctuation errors? I know this is funny, but reliable sources have a high standard in editing. If the article is full of spelling or grammatical errors, chances are it isn't legit. The third question is, where was the image sourced? With the onset of AI, every article or image is fair game to peddlers of fake news. If the image seems questionable, try a Google reverse image search. This will show other pages that have used it. The next question to ask yourself is, have you heard of the source? The headline might be compelling, but if you haven't heard of the publication, chances are it isn't legit. And the last question to ask yourself is, has the article referenced unreliable information? Has the article included links to other websites and sources? Try clicking these. If they look as unreliable as the one you've been checking, then that's a bad sign. We're overloaded with information these days that we do not know what is true and what is false anymore. Sometimes it's still best to use common sense. It is still our best tool in determining the veracity of the articles we read. If something seems off, think before you click. The next aspect of a copy is style. Style in writing refers to the way a writer constructs their sentences, chooses their words, and uses their tone. This is the author's thumbprint. The author's voice, personality, and character can be gleaned from the way they write. Jonathan Swift, an English satirist and poet, once said, "Proper words in proper places make the true definition of style." The fifth aspect of a copy is grammar. In linguistics, grammar is the set of rules for how a natural language is structured, as demonstrated by its speakers or writers. Grammar is very important in communication because it enables us to express our ideas clearly, leaving very little room for misunderstanding. Then the sixth aspect of a copy is clarity and brevity. Clarity means having a clear, well-planned message expressed in a logical way. Clearly written messages avoid misunderstanding. Here are some ways to achieve clarity in writing. Always use simple, common, and meaningful words. Avoid technical words, jargons, and cliches. Use short and simple sentences, as the long sentences can confuse readers. Use proper punctuation in writing. It facilitates comprehension. Always give definite and concrete details with facts and figures. And use coherence, that is the logical sequence in the presentation of ideas. Brevity. Brevity means giving maximum information in the minimum number of words possible. It can be achieved by avoiding wordiness and repetition. Ways to achieve brevity in writing. First, replace several vague words with more powerful and specific words. Omit repetitive wording. Eliminate words that explain the obvious or provide excessive detail. Start sentences with a subject. Remove redundancy. Change phrases into single words and adjectives. Avoid overusing expletives at the beginning of a sentence. And avoid circumlocutions in favor of direct expressions. And the seventh aspect of a copy is organization and coherence. To know if your work is organized and coherent, ask yourself the following questions. Are your ideas organized logically? Will the reader be able to grasp your message on the get-go? Are all the facts included? Editing work is not for everyone. It takes laser-sharp focus and great attention to detail to be able to spot the errors. But don't fret. There are a lot of editing tools that you can use to make editing your work fast and efficient. These are just some of the most common ones. Let me know in the discussion forum if you can recommend more. As I end my report, the key takeaway that I want you to have is the three-step method in editing provides a clear framework in crafting effective communication materials. By implementing these methods, communicators can enhance engagement and achieve their communication goals. Another takeaway is knowing the aspects of a copy gives us clear guidelines on how to be better editors of our work. I will be leaving you with the following questions. Please feel free to answer them in the discussion forum. How can editors balance maintaining the author's voice while making the necessary changes for clarity and accuracy? What are the common pitfalls to avoid in each step of the copy editing process? And how can technology assist in the copy editing process? Thank you and have a good day.